This is the Uganda We Want, episode 2 with Ambassador Milton Kambula. He's a president at Global Peace Foundation, Uganda chapter. He's a Global Peace Service Ambassador. He's a nation builder, and at the same time, he is a Pan-Africanist. He's here with us, sharing the kind of Uganda that he wants. In the first episode, if you got a chance to listen to him, he talked about the component or the components that we don't actually take time to think about, to act upon, or even those of you who are in positions of leadership to share with your people. He said that we need to make a constitutional reform, an overhaul constitutional reform. We should stop thinking about political reforms in the constitution, but we should visit our constitution and we make sure that we bring it back on our culture, on the Ugandan culture, on the African culture, not the Western culture. For the case of Uganda, we were colonized by Britain, and everything that we are doing is, you see British elements in most of our things, in parliament, in judiciary, in governance, and everything. So it really opened up our minds, and he's saying they are shared values that we must now start to live out. We should stop talking about them, but we must live them out. He said we must start to live for the greater good as a nation. And number 2, he talked about the interconnectedness. It's a key value. So here we stopped, and I want to invite him just to greet you, and then we kick off from where he stopped last time. Ambassador, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Again, greet our viewers and our listeners.
Ugandans, the blessed children of God, Heavenly Father, this is an opportunity to learn. First, I learn from you, you also learn from me. We are gifted differently, and so it's an opportunity for me to share with you really the Uganda we want. But it goes beyond that, the Uganda God wants. So it's a reflection that when we do it right, possibly we can build a Uganda that we can all of us enjoy. Already it is a blessed nation and becoming a model to the rest of the world. It just takes like 5 years. I think these 2026 and 2031, 5 years, Uganda will be even better than South Korea. We have capacity to even override these other economies, even Singapore, even Malaysia, because the economies are built by a people. But that type of people, who are they? They must be having shared values and dreams, a dream of the country. But Ugandans don't even know our shared national dream. And so I thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you stopped at the interconnectedness value, because I know when you finish the values, then you're going to show us, as someone who has mastered in the science of leadership, how can we then correct our current leadership. What's the third value?
The second value rather was the interconnectedness, where you and me, people of different tribes and religions, must understand right now that we must stop the nonsense of saying I can't work with so and so, I can't invest in so and so. Oh, me, the only people I work with are my fellow tribesmen. Oh my God. Oh. They have forgotten that when you, for example, get sick, did you know that the Ministry of Health or the hospital just call main hospital and say, we want group O. They don't look at Obama Soga or what. They will just bring the blood to just, they don't look at which. Do you understand?
Doctor, I mean, Ambassador, yes. Abantu abatayagala kukolagana na banabwe mu Uganda tugeze nagamba nze sagala kola na Munyankole, sagala kola na Uganda, sagala kola na Mucholi, yes. Sagala Mulango, sagala Mugisi, sagala chi. Bwendwala nga neetaaga omusaayi.
Yes.
Nga kati nze ndi wa O+.
Okay.
Fe tuli ba O+.
Nange ndi wa O+.
Musaayi mugumu nnyo. Producer tuleke. Producer eka wa AB oba wale
ayito kuba wa A+ oba triple A
oba A0 A-. Anyway, waliwo kane bwe bakuba esimu bwe kuba ngeva mulago.
Exactly.
Hello Dr. Opio. Twagala omusaayi gwa O+.
Tebagamba wa mukiga oba mukonjo. ebyo bya kisiru nnyo okulowooza ebintu ebyo bituzimba kubanga okwatagana n'abe tribe yo yokka kubanga Katonda ayinza okuba nga yababulesinga mmwe nga muli bampi nga mulaba bya wansi nga mwetaaga mukwatagane n'abantu abawanvu musobole okulaba eri mu maaso. Ono naye omuwanvu nga ina ate okukwatagana nono omumpi kubanga tajja kulaba wansi. So somehow we need each other today. So ogenda kwesanga the complementary role ayabakyala kubanga waliyo gifts, blessings oba competencies for abasajja nga teyazituwa nga aziwa abakyala ng'ez'okulera abaana okuba n'ekisa okusaasira kati omukyala that's why balina okujja ku meeza
omukazi atasaasira yeewuunyisa
weewuunya ate okimanyi nti buli mukazi akyayogera ogamba mazima buli mukazi kyayogera ogamba mazima kati kitegeeza
bayinamu elements
kati kitegeeza bwe tuba tulwanaganize naawe omukazi ayina okuba kumpi ku meeza awo awulire abagambe bana
ambasada Milton kyagambye ge mazima
ayinza n'otugamba nti banaye olw'emirembe empalana yammwe mugireke kubanga kati famire
mugamba wama mazima
kale omukazi ayogedde mazima netugenda nga twemulugunya ndoga waaya ayogedde omukazi kati buli omu yeetaaga munne abakadde bajja kwetaaga abato kubanga ate abakadde competencies zaabwe ziweddeko
ekyo kyogere mu luzungu kiveeyo bulungi manyi abakaddamu basoma nnyo oluzungu
abakadde abagamba mbu bakyalina embavu okukola buli kimu nedda tebakyalina maanyi ne oversight okulaba emyaka 10 mu maaso tebakitegeera kubanga bo bakoma emijiji gyabwe gy'okuba competent kubanga every generation balina ebintu bye balina okudiringa nabyo kati abavubuka abalala leero balimu artificial intelligence, machine language.
They are talking about AI.
Robotics.
They are talking about cloud computing.
Computer obiwulire. Ate tebalina budde.
There's also internet of things.
Of things. Kati ebyo omukada empaka kati ajja kuba n'empaka. Agambe obuvubuka buno mu bugobe kumbe oleka ensi n'ekona. Etinga ensi ezitwetolodde zituleka.
Alex mukulu ye mukadde yalemerako. Yagamba mwabato mutuvunaana okumanya omulembe gwaffe. Naye ffe ogwamwe tugumanyi.
Tebagumanyi.
Ogwammwe ye omukadde agamba omukadde Alex mukulu agamba ogwammwe tugumanyi n'ogwaffe tugumanyi naye mmwe temumanyi gwaffe
atayagala tubeere mu mulembe gwe that's why Katonda takola ensobi buli mugijja awa abakulembeze b'emijiji egyo abakulembeze baagyo okategedde God is not stupid. He wouldn't have brought or resurrected Adam to come and lead in Jesus' time.
Yeah. Ambassador, you need a pulpit.
You know, time is
the Uganda we want pulpit.
The Uganda we want is led by 21st century, 22nd century mindset.
We have the generation Z now.
They are batambula ku budde. Kati ebya PCS byamwe bye muliko manya.
Ebyokusooba.
No, they are now making even rainfall to come. They are no longer waiting for
God to
because they are reading the Bible well, that God, we created you in our own capacity, in our own image, to procreate the world that you want, that we want. We are seated on a round table with God, negotiating the Uganda we want. We don't want dormant people on that table because God does not tolerate unvisionary, incompetent, lazy citizens in his kingdom. So, sawa zino, bwe tuba tugamba interconnectedness, we must realize that we are connected to each other. So that mindset ezaliwo ebyedda ampokati we should sit on different islands as religions, as tribes, as political parties. That is stupidity. That is blind citizenship. What we are talking about now is the capacity to live beyond to transcend what divides us and unite as brothers and sisters, knowing that what is in you as blood is what is in me. When I get sick, they will not ask which tribe you are. They will just say, okay, it's blood group O plus.
Yeah,
okay, bring that
Just
blood.
bring.
Over you are disabled, over you are dormant.
Or you've got an accident.
That is how powerful the world is. Already God had done his work.
We are connected.
First of all religions around the globe, all cultures, all traditions, recognize the power of interconnectedness, that we came from the same Adam and Eve. Let anybody come, they will even call you mad if you say we didn't come from Adam and Eve. Now that we have that, what we call universal truth, unchanging truth, we should demonstrate its power to unite us. That therefore, when I look at you, you're my brother. I should be able to trust you then. We should be able to work together. And invest in you, invest in your education, because I'm investing in my own brother.
If it is a business,
I should. Olwecho kankwe
chizike. Ambassador mpadde chizike bana.
Kubanga you are my brother.
Eno ye Uganda gitwagala.
The Uganda we want.
Producer sebo tosalamu sente zange. Ambassador wa tribe ndala ndi wa tribe ndala. My Museveni singa mpita. Nange.
Ati Museveni mweta zaji.
What do you connected?
We must
Museveni wape bizike nga dola emitwalo ebiri. Abamaze.
Don't ask where did you come from. You know what the problem? To also ask which tribe you came from. Which family. That is stupidity. The person before is your own brother. Look at him. If you are blaming him, blame him as an individual. Don't start saying, I have a chinga wave at you. I have a karamoja. No. These people you are abusing are your own brothers and sisters. So, some people here do not understand that the Uganda we want will not be constructed on tribal lines or religious intolerance, whatever. No. That ended yesterday. The Uganda we want should be also reflected in the Constitution. Do you know that Uganda's Constitution reflects or puts boundaries, identifies us as tribes. One MP stands up and says, hey, nafe tribal X, nafe Tragara district. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. You are breaking the Uganda we want.
Because even the other tribe Y, the tribe Chu, tribe T, will also come up and say,
everybody, exactly. So literally, we must make sure the leadership in Uganda must appreciate these kind of frameworks I'm talking about. You cannot build a nation state based on making them to vote us on the basis of which tribe, so that we make for them laws that defend their tribal interests. No, we want a Uganda that is united. So the Constitution must be revamped. We must reform the Constitution to make sure that we build a Uganda that gives peace and give opportunity for everybody to flourish and live in the world of opportunity and abundance, regardless of looking at their tribes, looking at which religion they go to. Yet it is one God they are worshipping.
Yeah, Ambassador, but it seems what you're talking about is what we are right now. Now, the question comes to you, which kind of leadership that can help us stop treating one another basing on tribe, basing on gender, basing on race? Which kind of leadership?
You know, they are talking about the national dialogue.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Now, I am giving the national dialogue the legs to walk.
Oh.
The stakeholders that are going to sit in the national dialogue cannot produce the Uganda we want, to dialogue to a Uganda we want, if they don't have the legs to walk. And these are the legs. And so the point you are asking is leadership comes from a people. So when you are saying Uganda leaders are corrupt, it is the Ugandans who are corrupt. If you say Parliament has passed a bad law. or, for example, they are turning Uganda into a begging country. It's because from the household,
Ugandans are
all
beggars.
Ugandans are beggars. So you are voting fellow beggars to go to parliament to beg from America.
Oh, so the begging. So when we are at the parliamentary level,
yes,
the begging has now advanced.
Now
has
it is
upgraded.
No, they are launching what is down.
Exactly.
Officially.
So when we are at the cabinet level, now the begging has advanced. At parliament, it upgraded. At the cabinet,
yes,
it is advanced.
If members have not understood it, omuzadde azaala abaana be n'awasa omukyala ne bazaala abaana naye okuva lunaku lwe yawasa embaga yali yakwewola ne bazaala omwana ne batandika omuyigiriza nga taata agamba omwana gamba ankoobwa ajja ku luggi nti nagenza eggulu siriiwo naye nga taata ali mu kisenge.
Mulimu obwana obw'eddalu ne kagamba taata ngambye nkugambe nti yagenze eggulu naye ali mu kisenge.
Olaba obuvumbo obwo. Maama ayogerera waggulu alinga rediyo mezaya.
Twalina sembule
rediyo
makula kati
rediyo alinga rediyo ye erina okwogera kyeŋŋamba rediyo meza erina okwogera ya Yesu naye
alina impact.
Kati ate omukazi kati afuuse omuzindalo guli aguteeka ku mutwe waki gwa bbaawe ayogerera waggulu natategere omusajja ono gwe yafumbirwa is a representation of God's authority in her life. Tibakitegeera okategedde ako. Kati omwana nakula yayiga obusezi, yayiga obutawuliriza, yayiga okulimba ku bazadde be, yalimba okusabiriza kubanga taata ne bw'abanga alina Katonda yamuwa obugagga taboogerako.
Abaana betuwulira abaleekaana babiyigira eri mu famire
zaabwe. Abavubuka bayigira ku bakitaabwe ne bamama baabwe. Abaana mubaveeko timuddamu na kubavuma kubanga ekiri wansi kivundu. Okategedde ako. Bavubuka ffe n'obubbi obutujjudde omuntu ayiga naye bajjajja baffe bali si babbi kubanga
bajjajja tebaali babbi naye bataata ne maama be babbi.
Uganda kwe kusoba.
Uganda yasobera ku
bataata baffe
bamaama ba grand parents
bali bantu
bo baali bantu.
Actually bwe tuddayo ogenda okulaba nga jjajja yeewuunya alaba akaaba nagamba batabani bange bana Uganda ne balema.
Ekyo nga si kye nabayigiriza.
Ekyo nga si kyabayigiriza bo tebali babbi ng'ate basanyukira kye bayina ne baga Katonda ye gwe atuwadde bino ne basanyuka ebitono ebingi bye bayina ne basanyukira wamu. Kyali kyakusanyukira wamu tekyali kya muntu. That's why tebazimba bikomera. Ffe nkugambye waka otekayo bikomera mu bedroom n'otekayo kikomera mu sitting room ekikomera mu kofulo ezo zonna kofulo nene.
So nga ate bajjajja ffe nnyumba ateekawo kayumba ke asanga yajja.
Ojjukira bulungi omuntu bwe yafiiranga bbaawe omukazi n'afiirwa bbaawe omukazi ng'ekyalo kyonna kirabirira namwandu nga namwandu alina n'erinnya limanyiddwa nti oyo namwandu gundi ng'erinnya ly'abasajja tirifa namwandu abeera ku nsi.
Kati oba tonnafanga lyafudde
maama omukazi kyagamba ndi namwandu adibe.
Before that level, even before you die, the name dies before you, the owner of the name is dead.
Kyegezako okugamba ekintu kino ekyobusuubuzi ng'ate tuli basiru tetumanyi how to build legacies. Tetusobola zimba Uganda we want. So the last point I'm making on this, on shared values, is shared dream. Shared dream. Ekyo kikulu nnyo natandike ne shared values, interconnectedness, abantu okutegera nti tuli wamu kubanga twagala economy. Andi kati Museveni yatugambye ayagala zimba nsi eya $500 billion economy by 2040. Kati onogizimba otya mumpapula mukwogera ekizimba economy neva mukusabiriza nefuka industrious kwe kubanga amanyi g'abantu galinga nkuyege ogalese wamu.
Not a certain group of people that are pretending to say that they are working towards the dream.
They are just talking. If you write it down, oyagala kumanyira bana Uganda tebali wamu. Sura we said. Oberenga zibuziza.
Ate producer leta agenda kunuma. Kantereke jamba lyange.
Buli omu asikawe. Aleta opportunity ogambe mbawade opportunity buli omu ajja kuleta bakikakye. Okimanyi wano tulinawo zi ministries n'ezi companies ngo otuukamu n'olaba abantu nga bafaanana ba family age ba tribe emu. Ate yo zigwa umanyi lwaki zigwa because buli omu atuuka n'anyakula n'ateeka mu nsawo ye andi bya kika bya family. Teri muntu asobola okukogerako bubi. No one supervises the other. No one trains the other.
So private sector naye ekopa mu government mu public sector.
And kati jajja ya government. Jajja. The state building, we talk the nation we want. Eina kuba enforced by a type of leadership in state house. Name the government, ministry.
Because institutions,
leaders enforce the change we want. Kati betuwa tuinayo emisenge jule y'abantu egitalowooza siteriwo. Okategedako. America had to first build the culture of service. President Washington had to make sure there is patriotism. United States Peace Corps. Ng'omuntu okumuwa office alina kubanga yakolerako bwerere mu government. Genda okolera eno nga teri abasasula miggo gye giri oyagala ensi yo oyiga kubanga bw'olifuka president toba nsi. Okategedako bw'ofuka senator ozimba amateeka akayamba America kuba kirimanyi kulya nsi yonna okukulembera ensi yonna. Oli mu America gyali ekifuba kiri bwe kiti ne bagamba American flag eri mu musaayi. Naye wano abantu, in fact I thank you tayo sebo flag ya Uganda. Webale nnyo. You are patriotic. Naye obadde okimanyi nti okubanga twagala Uganda gye twagala yakabi engaga erina okutandikira kubanga tuli united. Enkuyege okimanyi enkuyege zisinga bana Uganda kwekyo. Enkuyege
nedda naawe ate ambassador enkuyege tusinga okutegeera
zisobola okutusinga kubanga ffe after 70 years after we got independence tuzimbye eki mbulira ekintu kimu kye tuzimbi ng'ogamba ekyo kyaffe
nga bana Uganda
kimu
akankibuuze bali
kubanga nayandaweze twampadde za made in China. Abakazi baffe bampadde enviiri fake hair from China. Enguudo ani azikola? Oyinayo company meka zikola enguudo zonna mu Uganda. Owawulidde General Katumba Wamala gamba mu China amanyi okuddawo India amanya China tumulinda. What do you have as a country? What do you have?
Opposition. Tuzimbi opposition.
To serve who? To divide Ugandans, right?
Tuzimbi opposition.
If we want to build Uganda we want, we must now have a common vision, a common dream. See the dream eyiyo weka. In fact, chairman wange yayogera nagamba, when we unite the dreams we have into one, we can build a country.
Hey! Are you trying to say, because now every term, every election term,
yes,
we always have manifestos. Are you trying to say we no longer need these manifestos?
Okay, after winning the elections, do they go back to even sit with those that lost? Yet those manifestos represent those political parties' dreams and visions. So when we were told that when you win to destroy others.
Winner takes it.
No, you to destroy others. Hey. But the mindset I'm bringing, common shared dream. The dream that we have, that crime will reduce to zero. Tribalism will be no more. A dream that this country will become self-sustaining. Self-sustaining will become a donor country. From being a begging country will be achieved. A dream that we will be united as one Ugandan family. That is the dream I'm talking
Ambassador, about. I want you to take a look at the 8 presidential candidates that we had in the general election of 2026. These 8 men, this time we only had men in 2026 general election. They all had manifestos. Are you trying to tell me that if we want to build the Uganda we want, as you envision for us today.
Yes.
The winner out of the 8, you're saying that he should be wise enough to visit the 7 manifestos and see what he can merge with his, and then we build a nation, than saying, it's only mine that should work.
A nation is not built by mine. Very selfish, greedy people in power. And so it begins with the culture of going down to institutions. You know, I've just made a research and I've handed it over to my university. Do you know how much is seated in the research we make in universities? And nobody goes back to actually utilize and implement the research we have given to our universities. Those are dead dreams. Manifestos. Look, since Uganda got independence, get all those manifestos since 1962. Bring all the manifestos, put them in one room, get consultants like us, and then bring the holy books, the Quran and the Holy Bible. Get all the religions, put them in one room and say, what are your manifestos? Go to the business, the industrial people, beyond their competition. What are their business dreams, their strategic plan? 2070 Meta, I've just been with the family and Madivani a few minutes away. The family of Madivani and Meta, they have big dreams of in taking care of East Africa by producing more sugar, more products on the market, and even in Denmark, Japan, where Canada, all these companies, CEOs are thinking. Go to these Ugandan indigenous business billionaires. What are they? Then as a state, sit down. And what about the young people? What are their dreams? But they have organizations, civil society, we kick them out. We say they are opposing the government. I think they are useless. They have innovation, they have. Others made tear gas, you kicked them. Another one made over which... COVID. Professor Ogwang, we awarded him. He made that COVID. It healed us, it took care of us.
Where is the COVID?
Yet everybody was saying that man has come to kill us. The man invented. And
we should be having fluex from donkey people.
Made in Uganda, by Ugandans. Those industrials. Then a dream of a country. You visit the parents, you hold the National Parents Convention. What is the dream of parents? What type of children would they want in Uganda? What type of families would they want? And what type of government would they want to have in their nation to serve them, to serve their families, to arrest their children and put them in the jails and die there? Or a government which must respect family values? Do you know it wouldn't be prudent for government to take you to Luzira before they communicate to your father? Do you know it is right in African culture? You arrest and kill someone's son, born from a father and a mother. You take them there, beat them seriously. Their parents are in the village, they don't know. It would be right for... Those are working governments. That is the nation I want to see. Then the father would cry, say, okay, I'll talk to him, he will improve. So that's why the courts of law cannot solve, they cannot really work alone to build the Uganda we want.
Exactly. Do you know that we have a ministry here and it has a department where if you as a parent, you do something to the child, the child has a right to report to you, the father, the parent.
How are you going to build Uganda? You are just importing laws that even don't look like us. Some laws are developed to frustrate these legs not to walk. Education system that is crafted, engineered to make sure your head doesn't think, doesn't craft solutions, using locally available natural resources. We have fish. Look at this fish. How can we have a percentage of children who are malnourished, yet we have the most fertile soils in the world, with the freshest water bodies in the world? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because we have consumed milk, we have breastfed the education that doesn't build us to take care of ourselves. That does not really unite a people, but preparing you in the economy that is in Western countries. Yet the Western countries are collapsing in their geopolitical doctrine of defending their own selves, not serving the common good of the global South. That's why Africa is continuing to become the dumping center of the world, of China, of Germany and the rest of the world. And that's why we are having our role in the upcoming COP for Environment Summit that is going to take place in one of the countries where our offices is. We are going to present Africa as a good case study. That Africa's time is now to lead the rest of the world on the case of fighting and protecting the environment. Recycling industrial brains are coming up to recycle waste into finished product, into chairs, into shirts, into... So really, I'm talking about something that builds a nation. But there must be a common shared dream, okay, of saying, all Ugandans, by 20, maybe 80, those who will be alive must enjoy in our sweat. But we are going to start a journey of hard work today to unite all tribes, all religions, all kingdoms, women and men waking up every morning towards a vision of seeing a Uganda that is the most richest country, the most peaceful, stable country in the world. That is the Uganda we want.
So who should be on the front line for that?
First and foremost, the parents. Do you understand why I'm saying parents? A nation whose parents don't have a dream for their children cannot have legs to walk. Because there is nothing they are telling their children. The only thing they are telling them, why kojo yo murab yandoga nalemo kutambula lwa kojawo yo kojawo yandoga. Can you imagine? We are putting an ideology.
How about these parents who say, munango labe embera gye tulimu government yene eriko katabo bo.
It is their government. They voted the government. The government is the people. No. Elections are over. I'm taking back the challenge to the parents. Elections are over. Go back and start building the citizens that Uganda need. The Uganda we want is not going to be built by State House. State House employs the people from the parents.
Because now we need to navigate this, and we come to a conclusion, or we come to a point where we see that, okay, this is how we get out of this. Ambassador, help us. These people, they come from us, as you said. They go in those ministries, they lead and so on. Are you saying if they are not doing what they are supposed to do, we remove them? Should we go on the street?
Even if you removed them. For example, there is a mind that says, we tujjawo kale mu 7 netuleta Bobi Wine. Oba netuleta Uganda empya. Kati nze nali mu byabufuzi Bobi Wine musingako mu mind y'ebyobukulembeze. Buli ono buli obukugu. Nze ndi mukugu. Kati mu systems development of nation state building. Nebo muleta nomuga kati yegwali mu State House lero.
Baye Geneva
jango lero msebendaga netukubaza imputo nezikuba. You give him just the 2 months nga opposition endala leta geri olwa lero. Kubanga ajja kubala emeddwa. Okatagende okutambula actually ne inch okutandika ku implementing
that what you people who are in leadership, Ambassador, what is that you look at and say, Mulanzi cannot be the president? Because I want to be satisfied from that point.
Okay, kati echo katuchimale. Abakulembeze bo bonna abateke ku mukeeka. Wali wayogera ebintu bino byenjogera. Bali ku bintu ebiri ku surface eri waggulu. Naye tebali ku misinje. Nakuletedde akafaananyi. Ndi omuti mulaba muti gukuze. Naye temulaba mirandira. Ejikabe yo mu ttaka. Ejirwana entalo nga gizimba omuti oguyimiridde. Ate tegipowa. Gikola buli lunaku omulimu gwe gumu. Naye wano tuyinawo bantu akola kino leero enja nakole kirala kiri kiki tubwatukira ekintu tunonya byangungu ebituyisaamu ebitufula popular and see the Uganda we want is not going to be built by populists, but the people who are like roots building a nation without even expecting to be celebrated or awarded. Those are the parents I'm talking about. Parent, are you there? Start the work of building for us the right citizens for this country by inculcating the values, the universal truth of shared values of Ubuntu. I am because of me. I am because of you. So that whatever I do, if I see it affects you negatively, I must stop it. If you are doing something that you know affects me negatively, you must stop it. If whatever we are doing affects the environment negatively, we must abolish it and even kick it out of our mind. Parents, start inculcating in your children the culture of dream big, of a shared dream that young people can live together and walk together in a shared dream of each one of them in one time, maybe in 20, 50 years. They are not even 10 years. In 10 years, your child must be a billionaire. But he will not be a billionaire if they are not in a project that brings all younger people in the village to construct a business.
Yeah, because the parent also is not a billionaire. How is he or she going to build a billionaire?
Billionaires
is a 100-naire.
No, they were billionaires in character. Sometimes we make a mistake that tulibagaga tusinga bazadde baffe. Nedda bali batutekerawo musingi
bali mu musingi gwambala
exactly character bali balina ennono ey'obulungi bwansi ennono eya respect ennono forgiveness. Kati ngenda kutuuka ku kinyusi. Ekinyusi kigamba nti leadership eva mu byenjogedde
living for the greater good, interconnectedness and
shared dream. Okategedde shared dream. Abantu balina okubanga gwe olowooza kiri nawe nange nindowooza in opposite days. Abantu b'eggwanga balina okubanga balina ekirooto kimu bwe kiti. Mulimu gwa gavumenti okulaba nti abantu baayo balina ekintu ekyo kye bakolerera buli lunaku myaka 10 tebakivaako. China, in the construction, the founding father of China did that work well.
Oh, so you're telling me we need to now pop our nose into these policies government brings. For example, you talked about the PDM.
Yes.
Question comes to me, did these people inquire or made consultations from the opposition when they are bringing it up? Baba tebakikola ekyo kitegeeza waliwo obanga kyoyoga shared dream nti government eyina dream yayo ya PDM abantu bazikomyewo opposition baajebuuza waliwo kati tulina obuzibu obwo bw'amaanyi nnyo.
Obuzibu bwe tulina, everyone, the business we actually doing all Uganda, pulling each other down. That is the curriculum. Okatagendako.
Okay, abali mu opposition baagala kupulinga oli.
Nebalinako. Kati otosobola zimba eggwanga Katonda ne bw'aba yabawa ebyobugagga bye tulina. Muba bazibe. Kati ffe abamu kufa ife tukaba nze waliwo entuuka n'embeera waka. Abaana bange ne bandaba nga nkaaba ne bagamba daddi nga twali ankubye ambo migo naye nga ndaba Katonda engeri gye yatuwamu buli kimu naye tulina abantu abazibe. Uganda yonna bazibe tebasobola na kulaba Katonda bye yatuwa ne bagamba ekitegeeza ate ffe tuli banjawulo mu nsi yonna. Ekitegeeza twazaalibwa kulya na kusanyuka na kwebaza Katonda. That is the whole work. Leadership.
Yes. Now, yes. Bikola obukulembeze bikola bulungi.
Nga ntandika bwenti nti obukulembeze bwe twagala butukulembere. The leadership should lead us to the Uganda we want, but it comes from a society. A society must look in a certain way, must behave in a certain way, must act in a certain way to produce its leaders that are going to lead the whole country towards that end. Because literally, everyone must behave in that way, must have the same thinking, must have the same dream. And so the work of the leader will be easy because everybody is a leader. Kati, omulimogo, guba mwangu. That's why in China, when you reach in China, obuuza bantu bano bali ku remote.
Buli omu akikolanga.
Exactly. tebakaba mbu nina degree ng'ebya wano degrees manya buli omu waliwo kye yasoma kiri crafted in a way abakulembeze basookawo bali bagala abantu baabwe balibeerawo myaka 3 nga bali industrious innovative creative bote tebogera bigambo bingi ng'ebyenjo oteri mu China batondo nya bogera nganze kati tuliba twasomesebwa okwogera twasama nnyo tukola kitono tukomplaininga nnyo twagala ebirungi nga tetubikoleredde.
Uganda basama nnyo ne bakola bitono.
Handi kati abajjajja baffe bano abazimba ensi after independence tebagiteekateeka ku musingi ogulinga ogwa China. China yagamba for America ne Western countries bali tuko obudde nga be ba threat baffe. We don't want to depend on them.
Mugende muyige bwe babikola
mukomewo naye twalo omuna Uganda agenda America tadda.
There is a doctor I know
tadda
sijja mwogera linnya for purposes of his security and privacy naye yagenda ku mukolo California ne yeewuunya amagezi ge yalaba ba obibe ab'ebuddo SS I mean buddo King's College buddo.
Yes.
Brain ya furume makerere
bagezi
boka nga
basawo exactly
basawo bali mu malwaliro bali nga be bajjudde n'agamba when nababuuza abamu nga bamu yasoma nabaga when are you coming to Uganda
abegayirira lwaki kiri bwe kityo the type of leadership je tuzimbi bambi obasaasira bambi nabo basonyiwe tulina basonywa okuva ku 1962 abakulembeze bonna mu basonyiwe kubanga nabo bye bali bakola byali bibitufaanana. Nono aliko
naye tumusonyiwe yatusaba tumusonyiwe
abana Uganda mwena musonyiwe President Museveni ne mukyala we ne government eriko
ne bali
na obote musonyiwe abonna mu basonyiwe Idi Amin actually no mulambo gwe bagenda bagujje nze nimpera president sawa zino ngujjayo kubanga kati musajja watu omulambo guli is the president jajja waffe oyo jajja w'abantu bangi tuguteke kololo is one of our kati twamugoba muziki history by historians baga no mwandika kwenda the former president yefa bafiirwa actually omulambo gwe guba teguli wali official burial sawa zino tukitegede buli omu akoze ensobi naffe nabo abawogana mbo bali babiba namwe mu kikacha ate yemwe abasinga obubbi yemwe abasinga obuyekera yemwe timogera na mazima buli omu yayonoona kubanga abakulembeze bava muffe bwe bonoona yefa tuba twayonoona kubanga bana abo abafulu yemwe ababazaala.
Mwami Museveni awe Uganda ekirabo addire mayiti ya Field Marshal Amin agirete kololo
kubanga waliwo nebirala byakola ebitonotono ebirungi nabyo tumwebaza n'ebibi nabyo weebiri maybe ebibi ebingi kati nebibika ebirungi abantu boogera
n'oluusi munange ebibi tebibeera bingi
maybe ensi gye yakulembera ebiseera yali n'ebizibu bingi kubanga kati nze ntandise okukula bwe mbisomye ebintu bino bya leadership oyingira mu ntebe byosanga mu ntebe bikuwa legacy kati waliwo the US depression eyaliwo ebiseera ebyo ojjukira America nga bali bubi njala ebaluma omukulembeze yali alina okujjako yali alina okupushinga ba America okukola ennyo kati bamuyita mubi naye kati yali akola kyali kirungi
kati nti mubi okubanga ataddewo tariffs ate ziri mukomyawo ekitiibwa kya America
exactly Trump yasooka nalwanisa biri ebisiyaga bikibi abantu baga kati sawa zino agamba Afrika mudeyo wamwe mwe buli omwaddeyo wamwe kati abantu bagamba mubi no
atenge no wali ambassador Milton yagamba bana Uganda mukomeewo mukome muzinga gwanga
kati tubasonyiwe kubanga nebya what they were facing we don't know embere gye balimu eyabaforcing okola ebintu ebyo bojetekako abantu abamu ojja kwesanga Idi Amin byakola olusi nawe ojja kola ki ojja bikola so tubasonyiwe bana baffe bana Uganda ne president aliko our president is our son and so you have a responsibility to love him if he does something wrong forgive him na yeye point eno tojera
maliriza
leadership is the vehicle to achieving the Uganda we want. Chitegeza, the type of leadership must be well prepared to implement the ideas I have talked about, to enforce the values that unite people, that make people love peace, that make people love dialogue, that make people work together, that force people to love justice obwenkanya. Kati ozimba otyo obwenkanya mu ggwanga. President naye yennyini nga tayogedde tasomeseza ggwanga abantu okuyiga okukyenyumirizaamu okubanga abantu basobola okusonyiwagana. Oli ne bamusiba n'agamba ddala naguza omusango nsana bambonereze. Okimanyi buli omu agenda mu komera bagamba bankoze sisaana. Naye nga abantu ekituufu bakola ebikyamu oluusi.
Yabikkirira ab'amabaati singa
akabigama abantu awo abantu benditegedde n'abanene babakwatako. Kati fe abantu babulijjo ne tutya. Leadership should not have this thing, the second eye. Erina okuba n'eriiso limu. Eriso erikulaba liriraba n'abalala. Okategedde si kugamba bali tribe yange kati nobalaba nga bakola ensoli noziba lino n'otunulira abalala. Nolaba bano nga so mulina okuba nga leadership etambula ku values ziri. Remember, the leadership must also be grounded in shared values. Kati ye mukulembeza agenda kugamba mutegedde. These constitutions that represent the minds of colonialists must go, so that we now enshrine and integrate the shared values in the constitution.
We will pick it up from there with Ambassador Milton Kambula. He is still sharing his views and ideas on the kind of Uganda that he wants to see. And I believe if we all play our roles, definitely we will achieve this kind of Uganda. We thank you so much. Thank you, Junior, on camera. In our control rooms, we have Simon and Cleo. And of course, our executive director, the presiding apostle, Dr. Joseph Serwada. We say bye-bye.